Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today joins at Huddersfield Golf, where we're starting a new series with John, the Break 30 Sunday Bag Challenge.
So we're going to do a Texas Scramble format, and because we're using what we think is the older equipment, back when we didn't have lasers, back when we didn't have range finders, we're not going to be using any distance advantages.
Any technology, basically.
Yeah.
And what we're going to be doing in this series is building our perfect Sunday bag. All them clubs that we wanted when we were juniors and we probably weren't good enough or we couldn't afford, we're going to go back in time and put a bag together, and each week in this series we're going to bring a new set of golf clubs to play with and choose one of the clubs or components in this bag that's going to stay in the bag for the rest of the series. So that by the end of this video, John, you need to have decided what part of your bag you're going to keep for next week, and I've got to decide what part of my bag I'm going to keep for next week as well. So we're going to get teed off. We're going to try and see how far we can get on this front nine at Huddersfield Golf. Will be only 30 shots in a Texas Scramble format, and we're going to show you what's in the bag. And guys, get in the comments with what's in your Sunday bag. What hidden gems have you got in the garage at home? It could be very interactive, this one. And we're also going to be inviting some subscribers to join us in this series as well, so you can come and have a game with us and get involved with this Texas Scramble. But you've got to have some saucy clubs, haven't they?
You've got to do, yeah.
It's no good bringing stuff from 2024.
What's in the garage? I've been in the loft. Over 15 years of clubs I've found that I've not touched. Brushed the dust off today, so we'll go.
We've got some beauties in here. Wait till you see under these Castle Bay head covers. Right, so open up par 4.
Yeah.
It's a big one, this.
Bit of wind with though, so that's a bit of an advantage,
start.
yeah.
I haven't actually got a driver in my bag yet, so I might have to have a look what you've got under the hood.
Yeah, so this is my actual gamer. So it is the Titleist 905R, one of the classics, the original Pro Force shaft in it as well. I've had this since 2006. I've never looked to replace it, and we'll see if it still can do the business.
Well, we're going to be using Maxfly CDs. These are from around about 1983.
93, yeah.
Yeah.
93 we had a look back and found. So
Oh, you found 93?
1993,
Oh,
yeah.
lovely. So we're going for the classic ball as well this week, and we'll decide at the end if we're going to keep these in the bag or we should look for something else.
If we've got enough left.
Well, I've got 6. I'll let you get us away. We're going to be taking a minimum of 3 drives each, so if anybody does get onto the series is going to join us, it's 3 drives each.
So win with, how much we got? About 480 is it first hole?
It's 472.
472, and it's a par 4, so.
I wouldn't use lit driver on here, but in a Texas Scramble we're going to go all out at it. We've got 30 shots to see how far we can get, and we're hoping at some point in the series to try and get the front 9 in. Oh, he's bombed it. I can really open up after that one. That's the members line as well, in it down that right. You're not actually a member here, are you?
No, I'm not a member anywhere yet, so.
Where have you been a member in past then?
So my main club was starting off at Longley Park in Huddersfield, and then Woodsome Hall for about 10-15 years I spent at Woodsome.
Woodsome?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have invited you if I'd known that. I'm only joking. We'll try a little bit of a different approach. This is fresh out at Pro Shop. Let's see what we can do. I've gone left to right, but that could ride the wind. It's 2 big drives, that. We'll see who's the biggest.
Now, after seeing you all these years on YouTube, Gary, I now find out if I'm as long as you are.
So, for the purpose of the video, we had to measure the distance of these drives, didn't we?
We did, yeah. We've both got what we think was a good strike, and we've got a 30-year-old golf ball and a 20-year-old driver. And we've got, off the tee, we had 474.
Yeah.
And we've got 174 left in. So, what we think is not too bad for distance.
That's the last time we'll use technology, unless you tell us otherwise. So 170 in, this could be tricky because obviously distance-wise, we're used to our modern day irons.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be using more traditional irons, so clubbing could be difficult. We're going to go from your ball. Is that yours on the right?
Yeah.
He's outdone me by a foot.
I'm hoping Gary will have me back on the channel after that, but we'll see. Right, there you go.
And me and John's been talking about this. This series has been boiling for 2 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, always the conversation when we see each other in the shop.
Yeah, when are we going to start this? Because we love us old clubs
Yeah.
from past. 170 downwind. I mean, I usually hit probably a good 9 or an 8, but I think I'm going to. I ain't even showed you what I've got in bag, have I yet?
No, and I've not shown
Yeah,
my
we
irons
better
either.
show 'em.
So.
Right, I'm going to go big 8 because it's going to ride wind, but it's going to play like a 9, I reckon. Wait till you see this bad boy. Have you seen him?
No, not yet.
Some tour action. What the condition of these is incredible. So someone's had them up the loft and he's never used them. They're brand new.
Have you got a year on them?
Have I got a what?
A year of
Oh,
production,
I
do you
haven't
know?
actually. No,
Yeah.
no. I might have to get one of subscribers.
We will. So I've gone for what was for me the club that I wanted as a junior, the Maxfly Revolution. These are 2001, and I picked a set up on eBay. They are a regular shaft. They
Yeah.
are the original grips, which you can definitely tell, but condition-wise, absolutely amazing. So
At the time when these were around, I wasn't a good enough golfer to have a set. But
No.
old lads who were like 4 or 5 handicappers at club had them, didn't they?
this would have been the irons to have, yeah. And I was
Yeah.
trying to work out what I thought retail would have been for these.
I
And it'd
think-
be interesting for subscribers if you've got an idea what you
Well, I
think these
worked
would
at
have cost.
Tinsley Park Golf Club. And
I'm thinking about 349. I've
Yeah.
got about 349-ish,
I think they were 349 to 449.
Yeah.
Something like that.
depending on what specs
And
you're
that
getting
were
them in.
huge then back then.
Really big money,
I
yeah.
remember getting some Callaway X14 irons for $299 from American Golf.
Right, first up then. So
Yeah.
going with the 8 iron. Never been it for me. I can't really destroy that B on camera, can I? But
No.
I might have to do.
What, you got 8?
8, yeah. I'm looking at my to see what the yardage is, but I don't have anything.
Oh, it's a good strike, but it's a bit left. He's turned it.
Could be on you, Gary. Yeah,
I think it was the right distance, weren't it?
right distance, but you probably won't pick up on camera just how much of a slope there is on this hole and how much that can send it left.
Tell you what, we're not considering it's a 30-year-old. Is it 30-year-old ball?
30-year-old ball, yeah,
30-year-old ball. Let's see what this does. I'm going to try and be a bit safer than that and go up right. Oh, come on, come in. Don't think that's going anywhere.
We've got some work to do.
Looks like pin high, but right, and you're pin high left. So wedge department, I know you were saying, obviously we haven't got a complete set of clubs yet, have we? We are sort of building the bag. I've managed to find a couple of beauties, and you're rocking, these are your gamers, aren't they?
These are my gamers, yeah. So again, other than the gamers, they are about, I think these are 2007 these ones, probably one of the main wedges really that Ping did as the starting point as specialist wedges.
Yeah.
And I think looking back is around early 2000s you didn't really get your specialist wedges. You had your
No.
pitch wedge and your sand wedge in your set, and that's what you kind of went on with. So at the minute I don't have a sand wedge for that set, so we're going to have a look into that, see if it's something that we can possibly get hold of.
I remember going to open in year 2000. I don't know if you can remember round about 2000, but they were literally Vokey and Cleveland wedges.
Yeah.
And you know, there were none of these Callaway McDaddy and things like that, you know. Not every brand did a specialist wedge,
No,
did they?
just what you had, even with your irons it was 3 or 4 up through to sand wedge, and that was your stock irons really.
These ones I'm pretty proud of, because these are something I always really wanted as a junior. A set of specialist wedges, and I didn't have a set of specialist wedges. My dad had Cleveland wedges and he used to let me borrow them when I was playing in tournaments. But look at these bad boys. I mean, it's not, you don't get sort of chrome wedges like that anymore, do you? And again, they came from the same guy who's bought them and never used them.
Wow.
So they were like eBay finds. Can't wait to use these tonight, and we're going to need them now, aren't we?
No, and I think because they look so good, I think we'll forgive you for the iron covers as well, Gary.
The Castle Bays. You've got your ball?
Yeah, my ball's in my pocket, yeah.
All right, okay. What's it lying like? Can't get much at it. This is such a difficult shot. It's falling away from us. It's not lying great. We've got a back against door here, haven't we?
We do. If we can get this up and down, it'll be a get out of jail.
I've got 60. Stop. Ah.
Right, I'm just going to play 56 in, try and land back a little bit shorter than
Yeah.
Gary's there, and hope we can just roll it down.
Go on. Oh dear. We've got a
Left that
tricky
one
putt
short.
now for par, haven't we? We've got 2 awesome putters to try and get it with.
How'd you like it, in or out?
I think we'll out for me, please.
Well, I think, given that we're using retro clubs,
Yeah.
we'll have to take it out, because back when these clubs came out, you weren't allowed to have a flag in, or it's not going
That
to be
were
in a
the
penalty.
rules. Guys, get in the comments if there's any rules you want to see in this series, and we can try and input them, I reckon. We've got to try and really go back in time, haven't we, a little bit, I think. Right, we're not going to show you the putters yet. We're going to keep you waiting on them ones, and they're worth waiting for. Have a guess if you think you've sniffed a rat and you can tell what they are. What you got in your bag? Oof, that's a classic.
Yeah, definitely.
Why
yeah.
they stopped making them, I will never know. That's the biggest crime ever, that brand's still not going. Oh no, it's a bad read.
Straight at it, Gary.
It could have even been like left side, I think. I was thinking with wind and that, but
I think it is such.
I think go straight if you're not sure.
And this is the difficult thing, trying to get out of my head that after that drive,
Yeah,
we're facing this for par.
I know.
Anyway. It's gone the other way.
Right.
I'll let you have the knee shaker there, Gary.
This is for a 5. It's not the ideal start.
I'm glad I didn't have to put that one in for bogey.
1 all in. We've got 25 shots left. I really think in this series as well, it'd be nice if we could share clubs a little bit, because I've seen a couple of clubs in your bag I'd love to hit.
Without a doubt, yeah. And like I say, it's going back to the clubs that we remember as juniors, things that we wanted to have, and now we've got that opportunity, because you can either pick them up like you can on eBay, or we've just might be coming across them in the ways that we do.
Yeah, definitely. And what I would say, guys, if there's any product you'd like to see on the channel, you know, get in the comments, because you never know. Might be able to do a little trip up to Golf Clubs for Cash if we can get them on board.
Yeah.
They might be able to sort of lend us a little bit of product for the series.
And let us know anything over 15, 20 years that you might still have in your bag, which you're still using just as your normal gamer, because you don't think there's anything better out there.
Definitely. Right, what are you going with?
Well, although we don't have the yardage, we do know from the tee market, it's 348, we're into the wind. It's not normally. I think because there's 2 of us, I think one of us should at least have a go.
I mean, normally I'd hit a 3-iron, but I think we both for us, I think I'm going to hit a driver.
You going to go first then?
Well, I'll hope and see what you're going to do.
I'll go first with the driver.
It's your driver, I'm trusting you on this one. I think if you get out of position, I might just munch that 3-iron up there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Fantastic drive.
I think you really can feel when I struck that,
Yeah.
the difference in the ball.
Oh, it's terrible. I think I've nearly killed Hugh. He's just ducked down. That were a rat hook, weren't it?
Where's it gone?
I'm sure of it's a rat hook. You know, you can't see because it's sun.
No.
But I've tried to cut it and I think I've just flipped it.
I didn't even see it.
Taking your drive, John, we've just been saying going up that fairway. That's your second one, isn't it? We forgot ourselves.
Yeah, 2 of 2 for me, so no pressure on Gary, but I think it's as much for scoring now as well, isn't it? So we're 1 over after 1.
It's definitely
Again,
into wind.
And now I find myself looking around for 150 marker.
Yeah, which you don't do anymore,
I've not done for a while, so we've got a 150 there. I'm trying to gauge that, so I'm probably thinking 125, but we're going back, aren't we, and into the wind, so...
I was saying this to one of my friends, you know, when I'm thinking more about distances and wind, I play better golf because I don't think about my swing.
Yeah.
And I wonder whether, like, having that instant distance, it makes you think about the wrong things. You're thinking more about technique than wind and basics.
What are you thinking, Gary?
I think we've got about what do you think, 110 uphill into wind?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking probably like a wedge or an easy 9 even.
I'm thinking trying an easy 9, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go 9.
Again, for those who know the course, this is quite uphill with the second here.
Yeah.
And the pin's at the back, so let's try and get this on.
Needs to draw. He just missed right.
Missed right that time.
So we've got the TA5s, Tour Action, Cleveland. You don't see much of Cleveland these days, do you?
What level of golf would you say these were aimed at?
I think looking at them with that sort of thick top line, I think these are like more of a full cavity. You know, back there.
Mid handicap.
Yeah, well, mid to high, potentially. Yeah.
Right.
That could be all right. Yeah.
We're just on.
We're dancing.
Yeah, front right, but at least we've got a couple of putts at this now.
Yeah, I think with that ball flat, it might have snuck up there a bit further than you think. Now, if you've not spotted what putter John's got yet, then you're not a golf pervert. That's all I'm going to say.
We'll show it in a little bit. The grip could be the giveaway.
Right. It has got there a little bit.
I'll get the flag, but we're probably not doing Gary the justice he deserves. That was absolutely a fantastic shot.
Yeah.
He's got us pretty much pin high and giving us a chance to get back to level par.
I picked a spot. I feel like there's something there to aim at. Oh, I've not hit it. God. That's poor, that. Sorry, John. Hold up. Stay up. Unlucky.
You popping yours in?
I'll go on then, I'll pop it in. That puts us on a total of 9, doesn't it? I'll leave it there just in case.
There we are.
So 529 par 5 down. Now, what are you thinking of hitting off tee?
Well, it's not so much what I'm thinking of hitting, Gary. It's what you want to hit.
I've got to get one in plenty. I'm actually going to. I'm thinking about hitting this bad boy.
Yeah. Let's
now,
have a look at what you've got.
Everybody had one of these hit back, didn't they? It's not the Steelhead. We've actually lost the original cover. It's the Hawkeye Great Big Bertha. I used to have this in a forward when I was a junior.
Now, I always put this down as the person at the golf club. I remember people at the golf club where I was at that had the most money. Had this Hawkeye.
Let me show you a close piece. I remember when I got a bit better, my dad got me the Pro Series model. Just show them the deepness of the face on this one. I mean, that is an incredible sort of teen off sort of fairway wood, isn't it? But you could still get them off deck. What you got? Are you thinking driver again?
I think my normal shot on here probably would. Well, I say my normal shot. I've never played off a whites back here. But looking at it, we've been a par 5 with the wind. I want to give us a chance of getting on here too. So
right.
Well, who wants to go first?
I think you'll go first. I don't want it a bad. I'm not hitting my tee shots too well. I don't want to put any pressure on you. So I think if you get yours away, and I'll follow it.
So Gary, with a driver, what would you say the line is from here?
Oh, I mean, if you, that little draw you've got, I would say this overhanging tree on left, just tuck it on in, you know, just right edge of that. So you know the one that's like 200 yards, just first tree in the fairway on the left.
Yeah, just on the right hand side of that.
Just on the right hand side of that, if you're going to play a draw. Beautiful. I mean,
that too far right?
It probably is unfairness. Shot was fantastic, but
oh no, we might be all
well,
right.
I'll tell you what, it's landed with a bit of left to right.
No, I think it might have trickled. I think we've got. Look, we're in play with that one. So.
Yeah. Oh no, that's a massive pull. We're going to be battling today. Now I know that is absolutely horrendous.
I've seen you down there before on your channel, Gary. So
but that leaves not a bad line
if
in.
we can get over the trees from there, then
It leaves about 130 yards into green.
Yeah.
As bad as it looks. So it could be a potential one to get one of mine out of the way.
it could be.
Now because it's early in series, obviously we've got a bit of a mishmash bag of clubs. We haven't really got, well, not all those clubs are perfect for us in terms of shafts and stuff, are they?
No, they're not.
But we wanted to show a little bit of the history of golf and some clubs that...
But again, going back to when we would have bought these 20, 30 years ago,
Yeah,
the level of custom fit wasn't there as much.
you're so right.
And I remember
mean,
my first set of custom fit, I was 15, so this was, well, 14, so this was 1998, and it was with Ping ISTs,
Yeah,
which I've still got. Didn't bring them today because, like I said, because I've got the Max 5 Revolutions. It was more of a nostalgic thing and a bit of a want at the time, which I've now been able to have. But that was the main thing for custom fit, and that's why I remember the pro at the time said, well, let's go down the Ping range,
Yeah.
we can fully customise them. And that was really the only set of a big old fitting carts with the tubes in, and you'd have the different, all the colour coded and everything. And I think that was a really good thing for me at the time, and probably helped me as a junior, because before that I was playing with adults clubs and they were so heavy and the grips were also a bit too thick and it just wasn't right. But now you can customise however you want.
Totally true. I mean, I can't even remember the date where like lie and lofts and grip thickness and length. I mean, can you remember when that came in so much? Was it Ping who sort of got it going?
I definitely think, from memory, it always seems to be Ping.
Yeah.
When the other brands came on board with it as much, I'm not sure. That definitely seems to be for me, for one, which for Ping fitting centres, and I don't think being down to Gainsborough, back when we used to go down to Gainsborough, get them checked, we used to go down every year and do that, which was good, but no other manufacturer at the time, and they always correct us if we were wrong. I suppose back in the late 90s, who was doing custom fit to
Well, I can't remember
were?
sort of demo days and stuff being that popular,
No.
you know, common. I can't remember ever a brand coming to a golf club to do custom fitting. You know, I think in our area you used to go to Gainsborough, didn't you, if you were lucky?
Yeah, I remember the pro, he'd have a chart and you'd be hitting off the board, which everyone says now don't use, and the tape underneath, and it's come out of the toe, we need to bend them, and this will be the custom fit and the extent of it.
It's times are changing. Now, this is where we are going to have to look for a 150, because usually we'll be able to just zap this, won't we?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can just spot, we've got one there, haven't we? So 150 is just there. So I reckon we've got probably about 175, well, 190, 175 to 190 down and down. When pin's just here, you can actually see. I had a look through camera. I think,
And obviously we've got the bunker to carry.
Yeah.
We've then got the slope just after it, and then trying to hold it's going to be tricky. So I think we're going to have at least one of us just try fly it straight at it.
Yeah.
And if we could get it to the back of the green,
I think
that's
I'm
probably gonna be the best
going to hit an
outcome.
8, a cutty high 8, I think, and try and carry it.
well, it's your honour this time, Gary, so I can follow you.
Oh no, that is horrendous. I'm sorry, John.
Right then, no pressure on here.
That's embarrassing.
I am placing it, and I don't really know the etiquette with a scramble. You see some players do the drop, some place it on a scramble. I'm not really sure, but
I think it does vary, but I think it's fairway. You can drop it. I was just going to say to you, whose is that ball?
you can get it. You can have it in a minute if you
I
want.
was thinking someone teeing off, and it's actually mine.
Right, I think I might go. No, probably will go same club as Gareth. Go for an 8. It's going to be a big 8 to get there, but my natural, especially with the way that this is lying, my natural shot is right to left, which with a higher tree being on the right is not the advantage, but let's see what we can do.
Lovely. Oh, that's tremendous. That is tremendous. Yes. Yes.
Stay on.
Stay. Oh, it's just gone through. It's just.
I did say if we could just get it on the back, I'd be pleased, and it's trickled off.
I didn't think that we're going to run out fruit back when you landed.
No, I thought it would have been soft enough, unfortunately. But
guys, if anybody's watching and thinks you can break 30, partnering me, or John, you might prefer John I think at the minute, you know, get in the comments if you're local and you might fancy coming and having a game on the channel, but you've got to have some saucy clubs in the bag, ones that we are going to be frothing.
Yeah, we want to see him. It's got to be retro and see what we can do with them. So we've just come over the back of the green here on the third. It's not as bad as what it could have been, to be honest. There's quite a deep roll off and there's quite some horrible lies at the bottom, but we're not sitting too bad.
It's not
I
bad.
did think that had come back.
That's not bad at all.
It's come back just at the end, hasn't it?
Oh, that's short. Right, so this is for a 4.
Yeah, that ball.
Which would put us, that'd put us
Back to level.
Yeah. We've had 9 strokes so far, haven't we?
Yeah, and I think for me, one of the trickiest putting greens on the course. It's one that I always do struggle to read. I think this and the 6th always catch me out, but
yeah, it's getting
solid up and down.
now,
and we've got Gary's driving play as well.
Yeah, we've got one out the way. So we've got 188 on the marker, uphill, left to right breeze.
And the pins at the back.
And pins at the back. I think I would usually at a 5. I'm thinking of just going up to a 4.
I'm thinking 4 as well, Gary, yeah, because
Yeah.
we've got, for those who know the 4th green at Huddersfield, the last third is on a 2nd tier, so ideally if we can get it up anywhere on there, it'll give us a good chance.
I'll show you a close-up of this Tour Action 4 iron. I mean, I've just done a video on some double cavity irons from PXG, and honestly, I cannot believe how much cavities have come on, because I've never tested a cavity for ages, and it's just like making golf so easy these days. What you got?
So I've got the, obviously with Max Flying, if you look at the condition of that.
That's pure, that, isn't it? I mean...
And I did say, I know Gary's got the head covers on these, which became with Castle Bay, but I remember it was like the neoprene ones came out around the same time as these, and I think as a junior, we'd only respect the people who have the iron covers on these, because we knew how soft we are, and anyone you know would always be checking, have you got any marks, have you got any marks, because it's so soft, and you don't want to do any damage, but they're such a good looking club.
Oh, it's just short of bunker. Is it going? Yeah, it's just short.
Finished left, yeah, it's gone low. I chose not to tee it up, and probably not the best idea in the end.
Oh, wow. What am I doing? That's going to be another one of yours, I think.
I think it could be, Gary, yeah.
Oh, dear.
I think when the pressure's on, the last few holes, I think that's when you'll come good with your drives.
I think I'm trying to think about my swing too much. What you got?
So, I think fortunately, because I've not got anything lower in the actual set, obviously the pitching wedge, we have put a couple of our wedges in, as we said. So I've got my 60 degree, which, because we've got to get over this bunker, it's what I'm going to be going for. Just trying to... Have you got a 60 degree in that one?
Yeah. Why do you want to have a nip with it?
No, not at the minute, but I'll do a quick comparing.
Let's have a look. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Have a close.
I think, to be honest, there's not too much in it either, really. I think it's the size of the head for the Clevelands, which has always been for me just detracted slightly from looking down at the playability. It's always looked a little bit more, but again, it's down to preference, and if it's one that you've always wanted.
I always seem to have Vokey wedges, you know, once I got into wedges.
Yeah.
And it's one of my biggest regrets is that I never...
Well, I've only ever had, these are the only wedges I've actually had that are like specialised wedges.
Yeah.
I've always just gone with what was in the set.
Yeah.
Up until getting these. Came off nice, but just a little bit too much.
Hopefully can get inside that one. I'm having a mare.
We'll hopefully get this one in. We've got 2 goes at it, haven't we,
We
Gary?
might not get past 6 all at this rate. Right, what you're reading it?
Yes, we've got a tricky right to lefter. Med.
Oh, we're going to have to show them your putter, aren't we? If they must have guessed by now.
Hopefully we'll have guessed, yeah, so shall have a little close-up of it. So we've got the Yes, Tracy 2. So what was worrying for me when I just did a bit of a Google before just to see, because I remember getting this as new when it came out, and it was 2001.
Let's have a little sort of 360. I think these are great putters. You know, in winter when greens are sort of wet, it's quite a heavy putter, but it's empty track.
Yeah.
It rolls like it were gripping the green. Just shows the back of it, John. I mean, it's just a lovely sort of looking blade putter, isn't it?
I know Gary did tell me off because I don't have a putter cover for it. We'll have to see if the Castle Bay ones are still available.
I'm using
on the
this
market.
one, which came in the set, a Cleveland Robusto, I think it's called. I've never seen this model before, but it's gorgeous and it's so soft as well. It's butter soft.
This putter's been in my loft my mum and dad's loft for about 15 years, and the grip's disintegrating in my hands.
Oh, I thought you got that.
Ooh. Right, well we know that's for I'll get rid of it, we know it's for the 4, don't we?
Yeah. We're not in an official comp tonight. In relation to that sort of bit of mark, did you go over it or were you just...
This one?
Yeah. Were you just hanging it outside of that sort of like
Yeah.
dirt?
But I'd have probably, in theory, a bit higher and a little bit softer would have got it for me. That's come off fast, hasn't it?
So we've only 13 strokes left and we've got a par 5 here, John.
We've got a par 5, a par 4, and we've not got a par 3.
We're running out of
Which is
shots.
probably going to be too late, which is going to be the 8th.
And
it's not just any par 5.
No, it's a tough par 5 this, and it's going to be into breeze as well. So I'm going to get your driver on here. I'm going to have to start to contribute a bit.
Yeah, if you go with my driver, and that will be hopefully the, because I'm on 3 drives that we've got in.
Yeah. It's too straight.
Get down.
Just right at that number 3, isn't it?
Do you think we're going to be in play with that one?
Well, we're in play, but it's just, I mean, to be fair, we're playing, you can have more than 3 drives, can't you? You can have up to 6 drives. You know, we're trying to get to 9 holes.
We are, yeah. Well, we're trying to get 3 drives in each, weren't we?
Yeah, and then
the
obviously
rest
3
would have been,
remaining.
yeah.
So it's up to you. I mean, if you can,
We'll
what
go-
the
yeah.
hell is this? That looks like a rocket, by the way.
We'll save this. I think we might save this till the, if we get there, hopefully to the 6th. So I will go driver again and try to get us in a little bit further up. What do you reckon?
And I'm only going to say this, right? Them covers down there with them socks on are the best covers ever to be made by man. What's going on with manufacturers and these stupid new covers?
I'll never
Like,
understand
there's no
it.
socks on them.
It offers the protection for the shaft. They don't fall off as easy. They stay on there so much better, I
Looks
think,
cool.
than normal.
I mean, like, you can obviously, you know, get more colouring, branding on it.
Gary, what would your line be here?
You
Kind of
need-
the edge of the trees?
Well,
Or is that
I think
too much?
certainly right edge of this pathway, a bit of fade, or, you know, if you're trying to draw it, then yeah, right edge of them. Look, the trees aren't right.
Taking Gary's there. Don't know if anyone else struggles with this, but when you've got to aim right,
Yeah, you're a drawer of the ball, aren't you?
I can block it as good as anyone can block it, and that's the evidence.
I can already sense Hugh. I've hit a better drive than my dad on that one. He's telling his mum. Can you already tell him?
Well, I think my worry is as well, we're starting off with 6 golf balls
Yeah.
of the Maxi Flies.
What, we're down to 3? Or
I think
4?
we're down to 2, aren't we?
2?
Well, we lost 1 on the last.
Yeah.
Well, we've lost 2, haven't we?
Yeah, we've lost 2.
Unfortunately, the driver I hit down the 3rd, although we didn't go to play it before
Yeah.
it was in play, but we couldn't find that one either, so just with time we had to give that one up. And we were wondering what the comments would be from anyone picking that up.
Yeah, we did, yeah. It's not...
It's not.
Do you know what? I'll tell you what, I looked at how much these are fetching on eBay for a dozen of these. They're going for 40, 50 pound a dozen, you know.
Wow.
I've got a dozen at home and I'm not gonna unwrap them.
Yeah. Do you think that's for people to play with, or literally just to keep hold of for the value?
I just don't know. I just don't know whether people are thinking they could become a collectible ball. But
Yeah.
this particular ball we're playing is £10 a sleeve tonight,
Wow.
at least.
I don't know if you've had any luck in getting a golf ball sponsor yet, but that could be something for the future.
We could need one, but I'll tell you what I have got at home, because I've known this series is coming up, I've been collecting balls.
Right.
So don't worry about balls for this series. I've got some great collections of the... Can you remember the Callaway Rule 35?
I knew you were going to say that, the square box.
Yeah. I've got
And
some...
does anybody put in the comments, do you know why it was called the Rule 35?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
I'll be interested to see in the comments, Ben. I'm not going to say it because it's a great one.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you off camera why it is Rule 35.
If I could have some balls, any balls to bring on channel, what would you have? And guys, get in the comments if you've got any you want me to bring on. I've got some beauties. I've got some top flight tour racers.
I always love the Precept EVs.
Preset? I've not tried them.
But because it was the first ball at the time. I know it just sounded different because it was a junior, but
Yeah.
it was like 00. Well, 00, 01, 02, 03.
I remember these,
So
yeah.
the Precept TV, so they were a great ball.
I used to, me and my playing partner, Neil, I don't know if you watch its channel, we used to collect Arnold Palmer's, you know, umbrella on.
Yeah, well, they were just rocks.
They were rocks, yeah.
Absolutely rocks.
But we thought they were good because we didn't know nothing about golf balls. We
Yeah.
had no idea back then.
No, well, I think for me, when I got to what I thought was an half decent level, I then went in. And it was only occasionally, which is probably why it didn't do me a good, but was the professional 90.
Were it?
But I remember that was £10 a sleeve.
Yeah.
And that was late 90s.
Well, I remember late 90s, early 2000s, our pro started stocking Ben Hogan, and they used to do a ball called Apex.
Right, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if you ever played it, but it was the softest ball, it was like butter. But I've not seen one of them for a long time.
I've not seen any Ben Hogan golf balls for a while.
Right, so we're all right, we're in play. I've got us in play.
We've got us in play, but I think that's about as much as what we can gather from it. I don't know how much you can get close up on that, Gary, but...
It's not sat well, is it?
So that's definitely ruled out getting on here into.
We can't get a fairway wood at it, can we?
We certainly can't, no.
What are you thinking? I mean, even iron-wise, you'd be towing to it anything more than a 7, really, wouldn't you?
I had a 7 in mind, just trying to get anything to... Well, again, I was going to say anything to a yardage that I'm comfortable hitting, but because I don't know how far we've now got in, I don't know what we're going to be left. But I don't think we're going to be anything over 300 yards away. So if we base it on trying to get a 7-iron going 150 yards out of that rough, that's probably going to be given us then.
There's no hybrids in bag. I mean, they weren't available back then. Or were they? Did they have hybrids?
I don't think.
Maybe early 2000s.
Yeah.
In fact, Adams won at first.
Well,
hybrids.
I know. I suppose it wasn't necessarily a hybrid, but probably what generated that level of club was the Adams Tight Lies.
Yes.
Which was, I think, an absolutely beautiful looking club.
Yeah, I remember in 2000 going to open and everybody wanted to try one. They were like new out.
That is an absolutely brilliant shot, Gary.
It's advanced us anyway.
That's as good as what we could get from this. What would you like me to do? Place it or knee-high drop?
I think knee-high drop. You know, that's the rules. That's what we'll be doing in a tournament. And if you get lucky enough that it's sat up, then you can have a free wood at it. No.
And I'm in the exact same position as what Gary was. So I'm tempted to protect my wrist, but I will just get one out there as well. Feel like it'll have gone left.
It's a little bit, yeah, a little left. It's just in sort of tree line, a bit heavy.
So we're just having a look and deciding whether it's going to be a 7 or a 6-iron, really, aren't we? I think what we're taking into consideration is we've got the wind, and with the clubs and the ball being a little bit older, is it going to fly as far? Probably not. So it's going to be a 6-iron for me.
Yeah, I think I'd usually a 7-iron punch, but I'm going to go up to a 6 because at lofts and ball being older. So I'll get us going.
And Gary's got us back into good position after a really good recovery shot.
I mean, don't flatter me. I know I'm not playing well tonight, and I know you try to compliment me, but it's going to get better this series, trust me. It's going to get better. Right. Oh, pulled that one. I'm just using my arms.
There we go, that's called the bunker left.
We got a bit of sand just to confirm that. I'm really out of sequence.
That gone as well.
We both left. Yeah, I've seen it bounce. It's a bit wider than mine, but it's like
both left.
It might be lying better.
Right. Well, it's down to the chipping and putting again, unfortunately.
Right, this is your ball. We're taking it. We need a bit of magic.
Yeah, although we've both missed for green, we're taking mine, which is just missed left, and it's not lying too bad really. It's 3 for 3. Fingers crossed up and down for par.
Yeah. I think when we play our best, this will be really exciting because we can play. I mean, I'm not playing anywhere near tonight. I know, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a little bit hit and miss. I don't play that much. I know that's a common theme, but you hear a lot on YouTube. We don't play that much, but it's something I am trying to play a little bit more.
I definitely think it's achievable, this break 30 though. You know, obviously for 9 holes of golf.
What would we need to be? What's that going to be? 7 under? Is it par 36?
Yeah, but I think we can get to 36 under.
We have said we might need to up that to 4 of us though.
Yeah,
so
we might need to get someone on channel.
If another 2 fancy helping us, let us know. Right, I'm going to try to play this a little bit lower, just clear that bank and let it run down.
Steady, steady. I mean, line were perfect.
Line were perfect, yeah,
just a bit hot.
Just came out hot.
Come on, that might work. I think we should.
I'm hoping we might be in server, Gary.
Yeah, we might be all right with that. I've definitely got to have a go with your forward on next hole.
Yeah, I think for me, it's the hole, when I put it in the bag today, it was the hole that I wanted to use it on.
Really?
And one of the reasons why I brought it today, I was saying to Gary, is, I don't know if anyone else has this, but I literally had that club, the forward, that you're about to see, just for one hole at a golf club that I played. And anyone knows up on the park in Huddersfield area, it was the 10th is a par 3. It's about 230-ish. Really long par 3, so I needed a good hit to get there. So the forward stayed in my bag just for one hole. That was it. I'm really pleased I didn't have to have a go on that one, Gary.
22 shots, 8 remaining.
So that should hopefully
we've got
get us 2. If we can get through 6 and 7 with that, I think that's a good benchmark for the series going forward.
Well, yeah, we've got to set ourselves a benchmark, haven't we? And then we've got something to beat.
Yeah, and I think if we can beat then, well, the next achievement, if we can hopefully get onto the 8th.
Have you started to think about what in your bag, what you're potentially looking to keep?
The thing that I was most excited to have in my bag today was my irons.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they haven't quite performed as much as I wanted to. A few little thin ones, but we've had some tough lies, so we haven't really been giving ourselves the best chances off the tee, have we?
No.
To use them to potential or to make it a little bit easier. So I'm hoping get a bit more confidence with the irons, and I definitely want to keep them in the bag.
I came into today thinking wedges, and it's a little bit same. You know, I've not really hit the ground running with them, but I think I'm going to persist a little bit longer with them. Let's see what we think at the end of the round. 362 yard par 4. Usually not a driver on this hole, is it, off tee?
It's not normally. I think with this wind, I probably wouldn't have minded it. What is the hardest of the cross bunkers? Do you know, Gary?
Cross bunkers? Do you know what? I don't. But I think they're about 280 yards. You might just be able to catch them on camera.
So this is giving me the chance to get out So the story behind this for me, so this is the Callaway Warbird, the great big bertha.
Wow, look at that shaft as well. I mean, that shaft in its day.
That shaft was, unfortunately, the worst thing I've ever had to put in it. As good as what it was.
Yeah.
And I've go back to the 10th hole at Longley where I just remember walking down the fairway and it just went. And it's not, and it wasn't out of anger. People might think it is out of anger.
Yeah.
It was just caught it perfectly and it went. I had to put this Pro Force in and it's made it very difficult to get any height with it.
Right.
Which hopefully in this wind today is going to help with it.
Yeah.
But I used to work in the shop down there and when the Titleist, the 975Ds first came out,
Yeah.
one of the members down there, James, when we were coming in and he traded in full set. He had the driver, the 3-wood and the 4-wood.
Wow.
And traded them in whilst he went on to the 975Ds when they
Yeah.
first came out. So I took this straight away from them. So this was, I think it was 98 or 99.
I bet you were licking your lips, weren't you, when that come in?
Yeah, that was one of the best trade-ins, yeah. And I've had it ever since really, and it's always been one of those where, like kind of what we're doing now, I'd put it in the bag not just for the nostalgia of it really.
Yeah.
And as well for the satisfaction, but if you can, this is 1994, I looked up before we came out. 1994 this came out. So we're 30 years on it.
Yeah. I think a lot of people will be reminiscing over this,
Yeah.
you know, they'll be thinking back to days, 30 years ago, what were they doing, what clubs were they playing?
But I don't know what you were like with it, but because now you don't do it as much. And I look back to something I did with my son, I think it was last year.
Yeah.
And it sounds daft because he's 9, but I bought him a magazine.
Yeah.
And I'd never done that because he never needed anything like that. Or in my mind, he never needed it because any knowledge you get is just from the iPad. He loved it. So I bought him Today's Golfer.
Yeah.
And he loved it. But for Golf Monthly, whatever it may be. But I remember the big spreads that they used to have and the players that were there with a great big berth, and it was such a premium product at the time.
Perfect. That is monstered. That were a lovely ball fly.
Hopefully. You going as well, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a go. I never had this club. I think this were just a probably generation before I had the Hawkeye, the first Hawkeye.
Oh, yeah. Gary.
That's monster.
I just don't think there's a club that I've hit that just gets that. That is the ball fly for me.
This reminds me of Colin Montgomery.
Yeah.
You know, that is just what it reminds me of. Is Colin, back in sort of 19.
Well, it was. It was Abu Dhabi, wasn't it? Where there's the plaque on the 18th.
Yeah.
Where he hits his driver off the deck to win it, which is an unbelievable shot.
There's
yeah,
nothing
using
better
these
than
kind
that
of clubs.
Feeling. That feeling there as strikers just took me back 30
Yeah.
years. I've actually just done me for distance up on right, but we're going to take mine out with
Yeah, it'd just be nice just to have that in just for a
Yeah.
little bit of bragging rights on myself, and it has gone a little bit further.
We've put it in. I mean,
No running the rough as well there.
we're 150s just there, so I reckon we've got about 170 uphill into wind. It could be the same club as last, Could be a 6. I don't know what you're thinking.
Pins at the front.
I think 7 then.
I'm looking at the flag. The flag's gone.
Yeah.
And the tops of the tree, there's not as much there either, has it? But I don't want to get caught out by that. I'm desperate just to look, just to see what the yardage is. Have we got 150 around? Or
We've got 8 shots left as well.
Yeah.
So we've got to try and get 7 holes in. That's 2 pars.
So I think I'd prefer a 7. I think a couple of shots I've tried to manipulate a little bit, which I'm not getting the forgiveness for these, so
Right.
I'm going to just try and smash
I'm
something.
going to go 7 as well then. I think get a good strike on a 7. Because what would I hit? Would I hit an 8 though from here? We make the set.
We'll take something, because it's the ball as well.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to hit a 6.
That'll give me a bit of an idea.
I think as well, if we go with 2 different strategies, hopefully one of them's right.
Yeah, and look, there's nothing wrong with long.
Yeah. It's a thinner, but it might win. It's not actually a bad line, that.
That was a 6.
That were a 6. I can't wait to watch me swing on camera. Oh,
I think seeing as though Gary's at 6 then, I think
it's going to be delightful.
I'm going to go same. Right, we need a decent iron shot, don't we? It's let us down so far.
Draw.
Oh, it's not come back.
Draw. Just outright. Look, I think we've got a putt anyway.
We should
I
have.
mean, I was just thinking there off camera. 2 threes and a 2. You've got to 8, haven't you? You're 1 away from getting to 9.
I'm not quite confident of that putt, but yeah, but that's the chance that we've got.
That's what we could do in this series. I think it's there for us.
It's doable because we've only had 1 birdie between us.
And do you know what? We're playing in a very strong wind tonight, and anybody knows Huddersfield off white tee, strong wind. It's a recipe for for struggling golf, basically.
So I was just thinking then, whilst looking for my golf ball,
Yeah.
what retro golf bag would I go for? Ooh. But then something came into my mind, and it's one of those $1 million ideas that you wish you could go back in time and think of. And Gary, it was the Izzo bag straps.
What, the double bag straps?
Double bag straps. Because when you used to get your normal trolley, your normal carry bags, it was just a single strap.
Yeah.
So you used to buy the double strap separate, attach it, and then obviously they must have sold that to the manufacturers.
I could beat that.
Go on.
The stand.
Well, the stand, yeah.
Did you used to have a little separate stand? It cost $9.99.
You did, yeah, from Argos, yeah. We've been falling off all the time. That silver frame to it, yeah. I remember that.
The person who designed the stand. Brilliant.
But yeah, any retro bag ideas from the, don't know, from
I've
late
got
90s?
one, but do you know what? I think we should let the Cyrus get in the comments.
Yeah.
Let them get their picks and we'll discuss it next week.
And we'll try to find one on eBay.
Because I know what I want.
Yeah, I need to have a look, so I've not thought of that, but that's definitely something for me.
I'm trying to I want to burst out and say it, but I'm not going to say it.
We'll say
but
that
they
one
are
then.
special.
Yeah.
Get in.
Come on. Come on.
Oh. I'll put a mark on it. I think that's one of the most unused golf shots in this modern generation.
So Gary's got us close, and to be honest, when I am trying to hole a chip, I'd rather take as much out of it as possible and just go for a couple of bounces. So I've gone back down to a lob wedge, and I'm going to try and get this a bit of height to it.
I thought you were going to dunk that then. Right, I'll tap us in.
The idea, just a little bit hard.
And we've got 4 shots. Remaining.
So it's a little bit make or break for us. We're wanting to try and get to the 8th hole.
Yeah.
To at least give us a chance. So we've got to make birdie here.
We need birdie, don't we? Yeah, to have 1 shot at it. Imagine an all-in-one on channel in this series.
That would be a way to
We've not had
set
one
it
yet
going.
on channel. Have we gone through bag then? Have we had every club out of the bag? Yeah.
We've still not. Yeah, we've gone for my. We've gone for my putter. Yeah, we've gone through everything.
I think
for
we've gone through everything in mine tonight.
Yeah.
We had the Hawkeye fairway. We've got the Cleveland irons, the Cleveland wedges, and Cleveland putter, which I bought as a bit of a package. I can't actually remember what bag was sold with this. I wonder if it were a Cleveland. I'll have to have a look.
Can you remember how much you paid for them?
Yeah, I've got it. I'll put it up on screen now. I actually went and collected these from a guy in Barnsley. They'll probably be watching.
Because this really is I know you did the £10 starter set.
Yeah.
Well, set that you can get off Facebook.
Yeah.
But for anyone just getting into it, you can't get anything much better than that.
Or you can get some really oldie bit goodies, and you know these. I've enjoyed playing with these tonight. As bad as I've played, it's been nice to just reminisce about, you know.
I definitely don't think we can put it down to the clubs.
No.
It's been us. So I'm a little bit nervous with this line, but where would you say, Gary, first?
Well, it's not a driver roll, is it? So I would say the right edge of that bunker with your shape. If you get your natural draw, wow, we're going to be down there. But you don't want to be any more tighter than that, I don't think.
Don't want to be tighter than that, no?
No.
So if I land over the bunker, I've got enough run out?
You can carry both them bunkers.
Yeah.
But I think with shape you hit it, you're better off being down that right. Wind's off right as well, so it should bring it in a bit. That's monstered. That is the line. You couldn't have hit that any better. Fantastic. To be fair, you've hit that straight over that right hand corner. It stayed straight. Can I borrow that?
I could have taken a little bit more off.
You could have, yeah, you could have. But
look, I'm glad to get it. I'm glad to get us a hole.
We've
got a wedge going in.
I think you know, we want to get to hole 7. We want to complete this hole, don't we? And it's not an easy hole to make a 4 on. That's a little bit hanging out right. It's not going to be as good as yours. That might
So we've now put the oldest ball on the practice ground.
But
I think what's good about the format is, even though we've not played as best today,
no,
there's something to fight for.
Yeah.
So it's not the going under, because we wouldn't have got under as much, but it's that we're thinking differently. It's about getting another hole in, rather than trying to get to 6 under, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Let's get another hole.
Yeah.
So let's hope we can do that.
Let's hope we can. That's a great drive, that, John. And distance-wise,
Again, it's a tricky one because we're quite...
It's actually up there, isn't it? The 150. We were saying that we feel like we're quite good with sort of judging distance, whereas aren't we? I mean, I would say, would you say that that's about 90 yards? Or would you say it's a bit less?
Yeah, I'm thinking less. I'm saying more... I'm saying about 75.
We could have a adjudicator.
Well, we could. Well, should we use it now, or should we use that for another video?
It's up to you. Well, off camera we'll have a adjudicator. What would you say is we'll have a competition? We'll put on screen who wins.
I'm going to say 75 yards. 78 yards. I'm saying.
Are you?
I'm saying 78.
I'm going to say 90.
I'm worried that he just looked at the adjudicator.
I said 90 earlier. I'm
saying 78, but we did say maybe for another video. Because when me and Gary first started playing, we didn't have any assistance with his yardages other than a book if we went to that degree.
Yeah.
So another video we might do is we will then have an adjudicator putting the actual yardages down, and we will put our
we've got a cheeky youngster here smiling. He's got a watch on. He knows exactly what it is, but we'll wait till after we've hit it and we'll get him to tell us.
Right, sit down. Sit.
Ooh.
I think based on 90, I'm a bit worried about how far this might go for Gaz. Because I know that wasn't my 90-yard shot, and it's gone to the back.
It's hard to get any spin into it.
Yeah. I think if we can give us a putt. Come on, get down.
Oh, stop.
Get down. I think unfortunately from that lie, it's as good as what we could do.
Yeah.
Without bumping it, but we can't bump it.
There's no room.
You can't really see the angle, but we can't do it.
Because there's a slope, isn't there? You know, you've got to carry that slope. You've got to land it within like 5-10 yards at green. It's a difficult one, but we've got a putt. It's not looking like we're going to get to 8 tonight. No. What we could have had. And go at that. Well, it's not over yet. We've still got a chance. But
this would be a great way to get us onto the next hole.
If you're wondering who that ball is, it's not ours. That's Hugh's playing with us.
I'm putting the marker just to right, Gary.
Yeah. Who is it? Whose ball is it?
Yeah, it's yours, isn't it?
Right. What do you think? What are you reading? I think it's like...
I'm not seeing much in it.
No. Let's see if we can just get there.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get there and a ball left.
I think if you can just show me the line,
yeah,
I'll take the glory. Gary. Oh, Gary, the flag.
We shouldn't have had it in.
We shouldn't have had it in either.
That's the new generation that's done us.
We did say we weren't going to have the flag in. Wow. Well, I did say show me the line, and he's definitely shown me the line there. I can't believe that.
Were it straight?
Yeah. I don't think it moved at all.
Come on, roll out, roll out. It's tracking. Oh.
A little bit harder, and that one was in as well. Well, we've set the target.
We've set the target.
Slightly wounded with that one, Gary.
Yeah, we'll just do a conclusion. So there we have it, the first Break 30 Sunday Bag Challenge. We got to the 7th hole, 30 shots.
It's not been our finest.
No.
I think if the greens in regulation, I think really that let us down. Relying on 35-foot putts is probably not the best for us, but that's one of those, unfortunately. So maybe the irons might need to be thing that change. I don't know.
Well,
or do we just need more practice with them?
Well, we fell short, but if you want to find out what's going to be staying in the bag for next week, join us at the same time. And
We'll see how we go.
We'll see what we bring next week and see if we can get further than the 7th hole.
With some new clubs as well.
And I'm looking forward to reading some of these comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in a few days' time. Cheers, John.
Cheers, buddy.